I live in Middle England, in the mid-latitudes. I'm middle-aged, earning a middling salary writing travel books and teaching geography at Oxford University. My life is extremely comfortable, or at least it was. It all changed when I foolishly decided to write a book about what life is like in the hottest, coldest, wettest and driest inhabited places on Earth. It was the toughest year of my life, but it wasn't enough for my publisher. The places I went to were all permanently inhabited. She argued that there must be nastier places on Earth, even if humans couldn't live there all the time. She challenged me to go and find them. This is the heart of darkness, the Congo jungle. Home to an endless menu of deadly diseases, the resting ground of countless intrepid explorers. My aim was to spend time with the only people in Africa who survive deep in the jungles of the Congo, the pygmies. But flying south to the capital of the Republic of Congo, Brazzaville, I couldn't spot a single reassuring sign of human existence. I was going into this carnivorous forest, but would I ever make it out? I'd been in the country for less than a day, but already people were hinting at the folly of my mission. Anel, who was accompanying me to Brazzaville's main market to pick up a few last-minute provisions, was clear that the forest was no place for the urban chic.
It's not safe at all. You have animals there, and I don't exactly, you know, in the Africa we have a lot of gris-gris, you know, the fetish.
Oh, sort of magic.
Yeah, magic.
So it's bad magic in the forest.
Bad magic. How long are you gonna be there?
I don't know, about a month, that sort of order.
1 month is too long, man. Just one week and see them. Honestly.
No, I want to try and see how they operate in the forest, so I need a bit more time. Having tried to scare me off with tales of dark magic, Anel then switched tack. She cleverly played on my love of a good meal and proceeded to show me what was on the menu in the jungle.
Yeah, very good. There's the termites, and it's all ready to eat.
She started off gently with smoked termites.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, they
Do you
are.
love it?
Actually, that was smoking,
Yeah, I told you. It's very good.
I had a bit of taste. But quickly got nasty with brightly coloured caterpillars and finally extremely lively crickets.
Are they nice? Do they taste good?
I don't know.
You haven't tried them?
No, never ever.
Really?
Never.
Beautiful. Great. Perhaps I should become a vegetarian. I put a brave face on it, but I was determined. My plan was to live as the pygmies did. No luxuries, just essential items of survival. I'd read that salt was hard to come by, and obviously crucial in the hot and humid jungle. Anel gave up. I was flying in the face of all that was sensible, but the least she could do was get me some protection. In a quiet side street, she took me to see a fetisheur. I need some forest protection, please. Everything.
Bad magic and
bad spirits, bad animals.
Animals, yeah.
Whatever.
Everything, yeah.
I need an all-inclusive job.
En fait, il veut la totale, la protection totale.
C'est bien. Ouais.
The Congo jungle is only partly known. The fetisheur provides protection for all that is unknown.
Okay. That's the invisibility. Okay.
Just take it. I wasn't totally clear about what I was being protected against, but I caught the words snake, elephant, gorilla, and invisibility. It all felt faintly ridiculous, if menacing, until I learned that a curse was responsible for the injury, the like of which I'd never seen before, on the arm of this man, waiting patiently for treatment. So this is like standard procedure in preparation for venturing into the forest?
Yeah.
Good, very good.
I hope so.
So do I.
No, it's okay, don't worry, it's okay.
Of course.
It's okay. So now we are ready for go.
Ready for go. I was really looking forward to this trip, but the visit to the fetish has brought home to me the fact that the forest has multiple dangers. You know, there are still a lot of unknowns in there, and any preparation that I have bringing from Europe is probably not enough. Part of me is looking forward to it, but there's definitely an element of trepidation. My final destination was Bangui Mataba, home, so I'd been told, to the Bayaka Pygmies. The next morning I left Brazzaville and flew north to Oweso, transferred to boat and headed into one of the most sparsely populated regions of Africa. I was barely a degree north of the equator, and the blistering heat, oppressive humidity and interminable forest only helped to compound my underlying anxiety and utter isolation. Before I got to Bangui Mataba, I needed some tips on jungle survival, so I'd arranged to meet one of the handful of Westerners who live in the forest. With so few people living here, the wildlife is relatively undisturbed, which is why primatologist Cricket Sands has lived here for the last 2 years. It's a jolly long way here though, isn't it? I mean, 6 hours, and that swampy bit, just before you get here, like up to the middle and you think, oh God.
Well, that's nothing yet. I mean, wait till tomorrow. Got mud up to here.
That's the easy bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice clear water.
Okay. I'm glad I came, Cricket. Cricket had agreed to let me tag along with her on her daily walks looking for chimps. It was up at first light and on with the damp clothes. I'd been here less than 24 hours, and yet every garment I owned had succumbed to the thick, fluid air of the forest. With humidity levels running as high as 87%, fungus flourishes, and since you have to walk everywhere, you've got to keep your feet in good nick.
So, going out into the forest, there's some things you should be aware of. We may encounter elephants. The next type of concern I would have would be a gorilla. So, imagine just walking along the path and you hear a scream or a bark, and it may startle you. Don't scream, the guys will stop and move us all together into a group, because they'll know where every single gorilla or elephant is and guide us out of harm's way. We may make a detour.
So all I have to do is keep my eyes on the guys?
Yes.
And if they stop, I stop? The pep talk to the new kid on the block made it clear that I should keep myself squarely in the middle of the group. Cricket explained that we were heading for a particular fig tree where the chimpanzees might be feeding. Even after 2 years in the forest, her eyes and ears were her trackers, Jokin and Mbio. These guys were pygmies who had moved downriver from their traditional lands and were utterly in sync with the forest. Following the trails created by the elephants on their meanders through the forest, they always seemed to know where they were going.
This is the fig tree. The fruit's not ripe, it's dropping. You can hear it dropping, but it's still a bit hard for chimps. Monkeys will eat it unripe, but...
Could I eat this?
Sure, it's got insects in it, though.
Extra protein.
You didn't get enough breakfast?
Okay, that's all right. It had taken us an hour to get to the first fruiting tree, but no chimps. We continued on and on. My feeling walking through the forest is claustrophobic. I mean, you know, you just can't see the sky, which is, well, it's a bit perturbing after a while. At the moment, I'm still a bit tense about this place. I have to say. I haven't relaxed into it. I hope I will. Two hours later, there was a welcome break from the claustrophobia when we arrived at a bay. These flooded natural clearings are peculiar to these parts and afford a welcome if spooky sight of the sky. But they are insignificant breaks in this forest that covers an area the size of Europe and whose canopy at 150 metres above the ground is so densely packed that it can take a raindrop 10 minutes to reach the forest floor. I needed this. Very good food. If you got lost out there, how long do you think you could survive?
Not very long. I mean, it'd be hard to find food. It would be hard to find water. You wouldn't get much sleep because of all the insects. Also, there's snakes and other animals that are dangerous. Probably just find a nice place and sit down and enjoy my last days in the forest without working too hard.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, isn't it? After 2 years here, I'd imagined cricket would be more self-sufficient. But on day 2, it became clear that for a beginner like me, there was only one way to survive. On no account lose sight of your guide.
What sort was it?
It was a yellow mamba.
Yellow mamba. Sounds kind of dangerous.
They're very dangerous. Did you see Kova's response? When he saw it, he just started pushing us all backwards.
Yeah. I'm glad he saw it first. That the snake had slithered away was obviously down to my protection totale from the féticheurs, but they had provided no defence against the distance. It was 2 in the afternoon, and we'd already covered 17 kilometres. Yesterday, we'd walked 21. And you've got to be alert all the time, haven't you?
Yeah, checking in the canopy for chimps and on the ground for gorillas and elephants.
Yeah, as well as the roots and branches and logs and yellow mambas. I'm starting to get slightly concerned now because we haven't actually seen anything. And when I go further north and actually have to get involved in living off the forest, well, the absence of wildlife here makes me wonder what will live on. I mean, it's not just the big animals, but I've hardly seen any insects. I've seen one caterpillar. It's a lot of effort for quite a small reward, isn't it? Well, 0 reward, really.
We could see chimps right around the corner. There could be 20 chimps sitting there, and we could spend the afternoon with them.
You must think I'm a real weakling. I'm sorry. I shouldn't moan so much.
We could sing. Maybe it's our fault because we're being so loud, tromping through the woods and breaking branches and...
Okay, I hear that message. I hear that message. Actually, it's my fault. No, yeah, you're probably right, it is, isn't it? I should be extra on my very best behaviour. And who knows, another 5 minutes.
Another 5 minutes, right around the corner. Sitting up in that tree.
Yeah, just watching us. Needless to say, there weren't any chimps just around the corner, and the next day, Cricket raised the bar. She decided we needed to go to another camp deeper into the jungle.